guys, BradM73 here, and welcome back to Star Wars Build the Millennium Falcon. This time we are looking at issue 40. Well, we're not just looking at it, we're going to be doing the assembly like we always do. And I'm just going to take a quick look. Hopefully my sound is a little bit better this time. I've got my mic in a slightly different position, so I'm just keeping my fingers crossed. We're going to wait and see here. So we've got our package, another piece of hull plating. There are some parts. We're going to take a look at the new nose cone, but there's some parts I think for the turret in here as well as glass for, I'm not sure if it's, I think it's for the original nose cone, which I don't even know where my original nose cone is at the moment. I think it's in the other room and I can get that later. Really quickly, we're going to just take a look at the issue itself. We've got the modified Bell Bolab 22. I don't even know what the heck this is from. This must be from Star Wars Rebels or something like that. Or is this? Oh, this is General Grievous's fighter, I think. Okay, maybe that's what it is. Let's see. Wildlife of Utapau. Different. There's this thing from one of the prequels, can't remember which. Combat Techniques 2, dogfighting. Alright, so there's some information on that. You know, in the unlikely event that we ever have to dogfight in X-Wings and or TIE Fighters. Let's see, next parts, let's see, finished the lower hull framework by adding the ram to the cell assembly, completing a full disc onto which you will soon add the hull plating. I think that comes in issue 46 or 47, so that should be coming pretty soon. Today's, what is today? The 7th of January 2016. I just did hear back from Model Space in the United States. They told me that basically issues excuse me, 11 and 12 are going to be shipping around the same time. She said they both came in this week, so I told her to build me for both and ship out whatever they had, and so I haven't gotten any shipping notices, but supposedly other people have. So we have part 1 is for the underside of the hull. We've got some extra screws and joiners. It says glazing, but I guess this is the cockpit windows, and I'm not sure if it's for the new cockpit or the old one. More glazing for the turret windows. I do have a turret window. We'll have to kind of see what that looks like. And the revised cockpit canopy. It says the cockpit glazing supplied is optional to prevent reflections. The original filming miniature never had glass in the windows. I never planned to use them. But glazing is a practical addition that will keep dust out of your model. Please note that the glazing supplied here is not designed to fit the original cockpit shell provided with issue 6. If you choose to fit the original cockpit, you will need an alternative set of windows which come in issue 46. So I don't know why they would give you the cockpit in issue 6. Is that what it said? Yeah, issue 6. And not give you the glass for it until issue 46. But, whatever. It's just me. So in this issue, we are going to be attaching some of the 2-part joiners and essentially screwing it into the rest of the framework, at which time we will have completed a full framework disc, which is pretty freaking cool. So, let's take a look at the package. I'm just going to set that aside because I don't really need it. I'm pretty sure I can figure out where everything screws in. Well, I don't know. Maybe I'll look at it. I'm one of those people that, you know, kind of does things on my own sometimes, and then looks back at the instructions. But I've been pretty good on this kit because, you know, I want to do it right, and because I love the Millennium Falcon. It's totally awesome. I'm losing screws here. Nothing else in there. Throw that away. Nothing else there. Alright, so we've got glazing, we've got our 2-part connectors, the more of the big screws, and then here we have our first bit of, maybe I'll put this against that so you maybe can see it a little bit better. This is part of the cockpit seat, which I think we will assemble in the next issue. And I'm going to tell you, these parts are pretty tiny. We've got the flight or the I would call it the joystick, but it's more of a yoke. And anyway, that's all going to happen, I guess. I think in the next issue. So, okay, we have this piece. I've heard that there's like a little flap or something that's supposed to eventually screw in here, and that's where the power is supposed to plug in. I don't know if that's true or not, but I actually heard that there's supposed to be like a little flap or something. So I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. But there's another piece of hull panel, and it goes on the bottom. I'm going to set that aside, and we're going to look at this new cockpit. This is the revised cockpit canopy, which is actually more incorrect, in my opinion, and some people will argue about it, but it's more incorrect. Namely, this curve right here, I do not believe is correct. I've looked at many reference photos of the 32-inch model, and it's straight right there, not curved. Let's see, if we put this together, that doesn't even really fit. Okay. And then the other thing that is, incorrect still is the front windows here. And basically all they did was they kind of redid this cone. They did actually make these, the window frames a little bit narrower towards the front, but they didn't shorten this window. All they would have had to do was make this window not as wide. Keep that straight and go with the original front end. But this is incorrect because all four windows of the original model, regardless of whether you look at the 32-inch or the 5-footer, this thing is a pain. Regardless of which one you look at, these windows, these two side windows, first of all four are the exact same size, and these two on either side do not come below the halfway point or the midway point of the center circular window. So this is wrong. I don't even know why they bothered to make it worse. It just tells me that whoever designed this piece is definitely not a Star Wars fan and definitely not a nitpicker like I am. Because I'm gonna be honest about it, because I want to make mine as movie accurate as I possibly can. Unfortunately, that means that I'm probably going to have to go with an aftermarket 3D printed nose cone, which kind of sucks because they're not cheap. They're $70 or $80. So, setting that aside, we've got the little glass pieces. I might assemble that just for fun, but honestly, I don't really care. We have a couple of these little brass screws. I'm not exactly sure what those are for. They're kind of like a self-tapping screw, but they're just different than these self-tapping screws. Kind of like the ones that we got. Back in like when we were doing the hold. So don't know what those are for. Let's just take a quick look at these. Did I just cut these? Yeah, I did. Okay. So we have two pieces of glazing. Yeah, this is the glazing for this. Looks terrible. Doesn't even fit. Like, it literally doesn't even fit. Like, I can't even push it into the thing. Oh well, I'm not using it anyway, so why bother? These pieces are the glazing for the turrets. Again, probably not going to be using this, but we'll just set these in, just kind of see what it looks like. That one's not so bad. It's not going to be nearly as noticeable, and it might actually be a good idea just to keep the dust and things like that from out of the inside of the model. But this glazing is definitely not nearly as bad as the one for the turret. So I don't know. We'll wait and see about that. So I'll just put this aside. Might as well just pitch this other glazing because, like I said, I'm just not even going to use it. I don't even know why they call it glazing, but it's there if you want it. If you don't want it, I completely understand. I'll set that aside because I'm going to use that later. So anyway, I'm going to switch the camera around. Actually, no, I really can't. No, I can. I'm going to have to switch the camera around in order to do the assembly on the next bit. So I'm going to get everything framed up so it looks a little bit better. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I am back. And just looking through the instructions here really quick as far as where I need to put all of the 2-point connectors. So down here is where we have, well, let's see, how do I want to do this? I think I'll actually set it onto the model where we're going to be putting it together. This way it's going to be very easy to line up the 2-point connectors. Let me move the camera just a bit. And see if I can zoom in just a tad there. There, that's a little bit better. So we're going to have a 2-point here, 2-point here, and another one right down here. So that is where those will go. And I'm just going to start putting those together, I guess. Okay. Hopefully the sound is all right. I turned my microphone the opposite way because in the last issue it wasn't really picking up my voice. So if the audio is bad, I'm really sorry. I'll try to clean it up as best as I possibly can in editing if it is a problem. But just be aware. I'm aware of the issue, so I hope you are patient with me. So we'll put this one. Oh, wait a second. I need to use some Loctite, don't I? Don't forget, Loctite is our friend. And I still have not gone back through all the rest of the screws yet. I was going to do that on camera, but then I thought, that's going to be really tedious to unscrew and rescrew everything in. So I just decided against that. So if you guys were really looking forward to watching me unscrew and screw things, I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to disappoint you on that one. Alright, so there's that. Got another one down here. I can already tell that this isn't aligning quite right. That might be a little bit better. I think what I might do is try to... It's not wanting to go in there. I wonder if this one will go in. This might be... Oh, I think I see what the problem is. Oh, great. And of course, since I screwed this down already. Let's see here. There. I think... not that to align. There we go. Ow! Sorry. Okay. Hopefully that'll kind of force everything into alignment. I did have Loctite on that screw, by the way, because I took it out of another area that had Loctite. Okay, that one went right in. I'm kind of screwing these in out of order. Totally not following the directions, but it seems like if I start from that area up here in the front, things are just aligning a little bit better. And just getting the Loctite onto onto the screws, I'm sorry. Come on. Okay. Now I'm going to try for this front screw down here. I was at the hardware store the other day, looking at picking up some Loctite, and egads, that stuff was like $8 or $9 for the little tube of it. For like one of these, I'm pretty sure it was around $8.78 or something weird, and I was like, yeah, no. I said, I'll use what I have first before I spend that kind of money on another tube. Because there's quite a bit in here still. It's just a little bit messy, I guess. Now, Loctite brand might not be available in your country or region where you're from. It's pretty much available everywhere in the United States as far as I'm aware. But, you know, people in Europe, the UK, might not be available for you guys. But, you know, pretty much any thread lock is going to work just fine. It doesn't have to be this. I do recommend using a removable thread lock in the event that, you know, sometime down the road, if you need to do repairs or you need to loosen up some panels for whatever reason. Maybe some of the plastic panels aren't going to fit quite right once we get those lined up, and we might want to loosen up some of the framework to get those aligned properly. You know, that might facilitate in helping that. So I don't know, maybe using my Loctite right now is a super horrible idea, but oh well, I'm using it. Okay, got one there and two more to go, and I think that's it. I think we'll have a fully completed disc, which will end issue 40, and then hopefully issues 41 through 48, maybe, if I'm lucky. At least 41 through 44 will hopefully arrive next week. I'm keeping my fingers crossed. Okay, that one's done. Okay. One more screw, guys. And we are finished with the bottom framework. Just make sure all my screws are nice and tight. Awesome. Alright, that concludes the assembly, which you can return to the assembly jig for safe storage while you continue with the build. So this will eventually have to go into a closet or other storage area, and I'm going to back this out a little bit so you can kind of see the whole completed framework. And ooh, it's definitely nice and tight, very nice and rigid. And don't try this at home yet. Oh no, this will be, I don't know. Let's see here. Don't try this at home. I just want to see if I can set this upside down. I kind of can. It's going to interfere with the actuator piston pieces, but that's the bottom essentially. We have this piece that goes right in here like this, and did I have a piece? I think this piece and this piece we haven't received yet. I'm just going to take a quick look over here at where I normally keep my spare parts. Things have kind of gotten moved around a bit, but we've got our big front piece there, which is catching on that. We've got that piece, and why not put the turret on the top there so we can kind of get a bit of an impression on how this is going to look. So I think we need this piece and this piece, because I don't see any other pieces sitting around that I haven't, unless the dog took one and ran off and chewed it up. But I'm not seeing anything, so I think that's pretty much everything up to this point. Sorry about that, I walked away. Yeah, I think that's pretty much everything up to this point. And you'll kind of see how this is going to be the final base color, this insignia white. So you can see it is a little bit lighter than the rest. The camera actually makes it look like unusually brighter, but it's really not too bad. And sorry for the smooth or not smooth panning here. I don't have a video. I don't have like a fluid head. It's kind of like a locking head here. But that's it. That is issue 40 with the plate tentatively put in place. I have partially screwed some of these plates down, so I don't know that I want to take all the plates off once we get to 46 or 47 or whatever the issue is when we're going to be assembling all of these different plates. But I don't know. I'll just have to kind of make that judgment when the time comes. But that's pretty much it. That's pretty cool. And I'm gonna put my thread lock away before it seeps all over the place. But that's it, guys. I guess we'll see you back when the next shipment comes in, do a quick unboxing video, and then we'll jump right into issue 41. So if you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button, helps me out tremendously, and we'll see you guys next time. I'm Brad M73. Bye for now.